Hey guys, Mark here at the Wildlife Center at Refreshing Mountain. Today we're talking about king snakes. There's lots of different species of king snakes found all throughout North America. This is a variety from Mexico called the variable or Thayer's king snake. They vary in color quite a bit, as their name suggests. Sometimes they're an orange coloration. This here is kind of the grayish with that orange coppery color banding. They got really beautiful belly patterns. These guys are actually in the same family as the milk snakes as well. So in Pennsylvania we have the eastern milk snake, which look kind of similar to these guys. They've got the brown coppery colors, and unfortunately eastern milk snakes get mistaken for the venomous northern copperhead quite often. One of our original Wildlife Wednesday videos that we did shows the difference between milk snakes, water snakes, and copperheads. So you can look back on our videos and find that one if you're interested in that. Really beautiful little snakes. And one thing that milk snakes have in common with king snakes is that they like to eat other snakes. So it may not be quite as common with eastern milk snakes as with some of our king snakes, but they certainly do on occasion eat other snakes, especially when they're younger, when they're first getting started. Though they're not going to be eating rodents typically, they'll eat small lizards and small snakes. So here we go, put that one back in here. And actually that king snake that I just showed you is the only snake in our Wildlife Center collection that was from my original personal collection back before I started the Wildlife Center. So that's a kind of a special snake to me. This one's a little larger. This is a California king snake found in California. They're actually a very common snake throughout there. Like around here we find garter snakes and black rat snakes. Well, out there gopher snakes, California king snakes, and certain rattlesnake species would probably be the equivalent to that. They're a rather common species. Now what's cool about king snakes, not only do they love to eat other snakes are their favorite food item. Oh, he's trying to bite my fingers right now actually because he smells that other king snake on here. They will also eat, we'll see, hopefully. I've been bit by non-venomous snakes a few hundred times before, but I don't particularly enjoy it. So these guys will actually eat rattlesnakes and other pit vipers as well in the US, which is pretty fascinating. They're actually immune to rattlesnake venom. So this guy found a small little diamondback rattlesnake out in California and got bit by it. It wouldn't do much to it, and it would actually just turn around and start eating it most likely, if it was small enough in size. But sometimes they can actually eat snakes that are about the same size as them. So, oh good, he's calmed down a little bit. That's the California king snake. Now this little one, this one's a little faster moving. And this is a scarlet king snake. Scarlet king snakes are one of my favorite little king snake species. They get a little bit bigger than this. This would be a young adult. We've had it for probably a year and a half. They can be quite difficult to maintain in captivity because it's hard to get them eating rodents, because again, they eat other snakes and especially other lizards. They love to eat other lizards out in the wild. And we've had some good success with this little guy. This is the true coral snake mimic. So oftentimes people will use Mexican milk snakes and things like that as examples of what a coral snake mimic is, which is fine, but out in the wild, this is actually the species along with the scarlet snake, especially in the eastern part of the coral snakes range. Those are the two species that you would actually find alongside them that mimic those, the coral snakes. Now the coral snakes are the only elapid found in the US, which elapid is just the same family of cobras and mambas and those types of snakes. They're a very highly neurotoxic snake, so it can really do a number on your heart and lungs, and very venomous species. Now we don't have any coral snakes in our collection currently. They use a different anti-venom than all of the North American pit vipers do. So that's an anti-venom that we would have to import in and things like that. So someday maybe we will, but currently we do not have any coral snakes on exhibit. So we just have their mimics. Another thing with these guys is they eat other snakes just like you know, the other king snakes that I showed you. But the mimicry, there's a little rhyme that goes along with these guys to tell the difference. So you can see the red bands on this guy touch the black bands. So there's a rhyme that says, red touches black, friend of Jack, red touches yellow could kill a fellow. So if these red bands touch the yellow bands, that would mean it's a coral snake. Now the problem with that is that's only true of the 3 species of coral snake found in the United States. Most coral snakes are actually found down in South America and into Central America as well. And that's not true for very many of those down in Latin America. Many of those coral snakes, the red band touches the black band, just like these guys. So, it's just like anything in nature. If you don't know for sure what you're looking at, just leave it alone. And don't ever use that rhyme if you were down in South America doing some tourism stuff down there, because it's probably not going to work. But here in the US, that is technically true. We have the eastern coral snake, Texas coral snake, and the Arizona or Sonoran coral snake as well, which is actually not in the same family as the other coral snakes. But this is our little scarlet king snake. Not venomous, harmless, and a really pretty little mimic of the highly venomous coral snake. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you out at the Wildlife Center before too long. Take care.